This is where Churchill enters the story. When reports of the Dachau killings reached London, Churchill faced an impossible choice. On one hand, Britain and America were positioning themselves as the champions of law, justice, and civilization. They were preparing to put Nazi leaders on trial at Nuremberg for war crimes and crimes against humanity. The entire moral foundation of the Allied cause rested on the idea that they fought by the rules, even when the enemy didn't. If American soldiers had executed surrendered prisoners, even SS guards, it undermined that moral authority. It gave Nazi propagandists ammunition. It complicated the legal proceedings against German war criminals. How could the Allies prosecute Germans for war crimes while covering up their own violations? On the other hand, Churchill understood context in a way few politicians did. He'd seen the intelligence reports from the camps. He'd known about the Holocaust for years, though the full scale only became clear as camps were liberated. He'd seen the photographs from Bergen-Belsen, which British forces had liberated 2 weeks before Dachau. He knew what the Americans had walked into. Churchill also understood that the public revelation of American war crimes at Dachau would overshadow the real story, the Nazi death camp system. The newspapers would focus on American misconduct instead of German atrocities. The narrative would shift from, "Look at what the Nazis did," to, "Look at what our soldiers did." And Churchill knew something else. The British public, the American public, they would understand. When people saw the photographs from Dachau, when they learned what the SS had done there, most would quietly think that those guards got off easy. But understanding and officially condoning are different things. So Churchill made a calculated decision. He chose restraint over outrage. He chose pragmatism over principle. In communications with Washington, Churchill's government indicated that while the incidents were regrettable, they should not become a public scandal. The focus must remain on Nazi crimes, not Allied revenge. Any investigations should be conducted quietly, internally, without public prosecutions that would generate headlines. Churchill never publicly commented on Dachau specifically. He didn't defend the killings, but he didn't condemn them either. He simply let the matter be handled quietly by the American military, with British acquiescence. This wasn't moral cowardice, it was cold political calculation. Churchill understood that in the court of public opinion, context mattered. And the context of Dachau, the bodies, the crematorium, the survivors, would make most people sympathetic to soldiers who'd lost control for a few terrible minutes. What followed was one of the more successful cover-ups of World War II. The Army's investigation